Hello everyone, we're here today in a new video live from my garden to present the Ninja Woodfire Outdoor Barbecue Smoker. In the first part of the video, I will introduce you to the various functions of this device, the accessories sold with it, and useful information, its power, dimensions, cleaning, warranty, price, etc. And then we'll try it out by making 3 recipes to make a complete meal. The first recipe is for brioche bread. So here, for the bread, we won't be using the appliance's smoking function, but then we'll be using the smoking function with a vegetable salad. With peppers and tomatoes, where we'll be using the Woodfire flavor technology function. And finally, we'll be cooking lamb chops with a nice smoky flavor. I'll explain it all just after the credits roll. Just enough time for you to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Here goes. I'm now going to briefly show you the various accessories that will be sold with your Ninja Woodfire. First, you'll find the user manual in French. Then there's the recipe book, which is also in French. You'll always find the QR code that, if you scan it, will take you to the official blog of the Cooking Circle, which is the official blog of Ninja Kitchen. And there, you'll find additional recipes if you feel like it. Next, what's really useful in the recipe book again is the cooking charts. So for grilling, air frying, smoking and so on, you can really rely on the book and the cooking times because it's really accurate. And the book is very rarely wrong, so I use it a lot, you see. The appliance also comes with 2 different types of pellets because this new outdoor barbecue has a smoker function thanks to wooden pellets like this, look. So there are 2 kinds of pellets. You've got pellets that are suitable for all meats, so white meat, red meat, and these are for vegetables and fish. So here in the video, we're really going to use both kinds, and that's what's going to smoke your meat or vegetables. So this is the measuring spoon. For dosing the right amount of pellets, you don't need to use an astronomical quantity, but you do need to fill the spoon. Next, I'll show you how to put it in the Ninja Woodfire. Here, we've got a little utensil like this, so that when your pellets are burning inside the compartment, you can easily remove them with this little tool, because sometimes they can. It gets stuck at the bottom. Here we have this rather practical element, so it's for collecting all the grease. I'll show you how it engages on your Ninja Woodfire. And here we have the air fryer crisping basket. So for example, if you want to cook French fries, plain or smoked, chicken wings, all kinds of oil-free or low-oil frying. This is what I explained earlier. This is the oil catcher, so you don't have to worry about rotting your sideboard or woodfire legs. So it snaps on very easily. Here we have 2 notches and you simply slide it in. And there it is. It's impeccable, so it's really easy to use pellets, to use this outdoor Ninja Woodfire. It's really easy, you don't need to have gone to Harvard. You simply fill the measuring spoon. You open the compartment and just pour in this way. Once you've put the pellets in, make sure the compartment closes properly. You don't want to overfill it either, but make sure you put the peelings all the way to the top so that they burn perfectly and your meat or vegetables are perfectly smoked. Because if you don't put enough on, there's a risk that your food won't taste smoky enough. Be sure to use this measuring spoon, which will enable you to dose the pellets perfectly. I'm now going to briefly describe the various functions of the device, because it doesn't just smoke your food, it also does other things. So here you have a knob like a roulette wheel that you turn to choose the different modes depending on what you're going to cook on your barbecue and the food. First of all, the most interesting mode of this appliance, which makes it the star, so to speak, is the smoker mode. The smoker mode, for example, to make a beautiful shoulder of lamb smoked at a very low temperature for a long time. So for the time, you can go from 4 hours up to 12 hours if you feel like it. Here you set the temperature and here the time. Here's the start-stop button. As you can see, to turn it on or off. By the way, we'll be using the smoker mode to cook a shoulder of lamb very soon on my YouTube channel. Here we have the grill function. So the good thing is that we have a function here that can be combined with all the functions I'm going to mention.
The smoker mode, for example, which I explained earlier,
If it's on, it will only smoke your meats. But here, if, for example, I want to use the grill, as we're going to do today in my last recipe, and I still want to smoke my food, i.e. my meat, but I want to combine the grill with the smoker function. We've got a button here called Woodfire Flavor Technology that lets you grill your meat while smoking it perfectly. And this Woodfire Flavor Technology button can be used in all modes. So, for example, when you're in air fryer mode, yes, because the outdoor grill also functions as an air fryer for making oil-free fries, potatoes and chicken wings, whatever you like. You can combine and make, for example, rustic fries in the shape of potatoes here, which you're going to come and roughly chop up with your potato spices. And if you want your potatoes to have a nice smoky taste, before you start cooking, you turn on the air fryer. The temperature, the time, and before turning on and pressing start, you press the Woodfire Flavor Technology button, and that way, your potatoes will have a great smoky taste. Next, we have the roast mode. So this is the roast mode found on many Ninja appliances. If you want to make gratins, that sort of thing. I also use it for baking. I don't see much point in using it for pastry making, the wood fire, but you never know. For people who often go on camping trips and take their Ninja with them, they might want to make cookies or other recipes. You can use it, but for cookies I still recommend the bake mode, because the bake mode is the oven mode. In fact, we're going to use it in this video to bake the bread I've prepared to accompany my dishes, because I remind you that in this video, I'm going to cook a complete meal with the wood fire. Same thing, temperatures, time. So bake, that's everything. You can also make gratins. Bake like an oven, in fact, if you feel like it. Then we have the dehydration mode, where temperatures go down to 40 degrees. That's the minimum temperature for this appliance. And this is for dehydrating all your herbs. If you fancy making your own spices or rubs, your own seasonings, you can dehydrate dried fruit to make healthy snacks. You can dehydrate a roast, for example, to make your own charcuterie. There you go. You can use it to your heart's content. Then at the very bottom, the reheat mode, which is used for reheating. Reheat gently so as not to overcook your food. When you've got leftovers, to avoid waste, you can heat them up in your wood fire. Here then, the Woodfire Flavor Technology mode, as I explained before, is when you're not using the smoker mode, but want to use one of the other modes, air fry, grill, etc., but still want to get that smoky taste on your food. Then, in that case, you'll need to press this button. So here's my first recipe. I'm going to bake my brioche bread to accompany the meal. Now you're going to think that I'm not taking any risks, since I'm not going to use the smoker function, but think again, because I've never tried it. So I place my dish in the Ninja mold sold on their site. Anyway, I'll put all the links in the info bar below the video. There, you close the lid directly. And now I'm going to try the bake function at 160 degrees for 30 minutes. Here, the appliance preheats. As for me, I put my dish directly inside because it's a bit windy and the sun isn't necessarily shining and I don't want my dough to deflate. As for the recipe, I'll give you all the ingredients and instructions on how I made the bread in the info bar below the video. The appliance goes into preheating mode. Here, it says ready. The little lines are flashing. And as the preheating time continues, the little lines move forward. And when it's time to put your dish in, you'll see the word add food on the screen. And that's when you should normally put your dish in. So here we go. The device does indeed say add food, as I explained earlier. So I've already put my dish in, but normally that's when you're supposed to put your dish in. And then off we go for 30 minutes. Maybe I'll stop before then, depending on the color of my bread. We'll see. This is a test. Maybe it'll take 20-25 minutes. I'm thinking more in the neighborhood of 25 minutes. So while our bread is baking, I'm going to do a little debriefing with you on the peeled ones. So this one, as I told you before, which was more suitable for fish, vegetables, fruit, proteins, vegetables. So this one, it has rather balanced, light, sweet flavors. Whereas the peeled ones for meats will be more intense and correspond more to a classic barbecue. For the composition, it's cherry, maple and oak. And career, I think this is teak. So teak is a wood, but check it out anyway, because it's a word. I think Anglo-Saxon, and it's ideal for beef, lamb, chicken and pork. And for this package, the composition will be cherry, maple and oak compared to the other one. So there, the baking time is over. Let's check the bread. Look, it's nicely browned, it looks nice and soft. Frankly, I'm very satisfied with the bread. Let's take it out of the mold and see how it comes together. Normally it should come out very easily. We'll check to see if the underside is cooked through. So it looks well done to me. That's what I usually get in an oven, except that I cook it longer in the oven. This one's very well done, very beautiful. I'm going to cover it with a tea towel so that it retains its softness for 5 or 10 minutes. Then we'll cut it up and I'll show you the inside of the loaf. Now we'll move on to the second recipe. For the second recipe, we're going to smoke peppers, tomatoes, chili pepper, etc. Onion and garlic cloves to produce a super salad that we'll eat with our bread for this meal. So here, I just have to put my peppers inside, onions, garlic cloves, tomatoes, green peppers, a nice green chili pepper. So there, you can put quite a lot anyway. So here, I'm going to use the special vegetable spelling. I've never opened it. And the idea is to cook or at least grill our vegetables. The vegetables have to be black. So we're going to grill them and smoke them to get a smoky taste. And from time to time, I'll turn the vegetables over on my griddle so that they're black on all sides. And then I'll pull the skin off very easily once they're nicely grilled. So here I take my measuring spoon, I put in my pellets. As we will be smoking and grilling our vegetables, we add the pellets to the compartment provided. There, it's perfect. I switch my Ninja Woodfire back on and select the grill function. On high, so the high temperature is the highest. They don't say, but I think it must be equivalent to 240 degrees like on all Ninjas usually. That's about it. Otherwise, in roast mode or other modes, the maximum temperature is 220 degrees. Anyway, I'm staying on high for maximum temperature because we're going to have to blacken our vegetables, I remind you. And on time, I'm going to put it on for 25 minutes just to make sure it's nice and dark. But before turning on the start button, I press the Woodfire flavor technology to smoke our vegetables. Look, the logo appears on the screen, so you know it's working. And now it's on for 25 minutes, and you'll see the Ninja is going to smoke. You'll see a lot of smoke, that's normal. It's the smoke function. Here we go. So now it's preheating, and once it shows add food on the display, that's when you normally place your food inside. So here we are, still in preheating mode, and as you can see, the Ninja Woodfire starts to produce smoke. So it's this smoking function which will produce a lot of smoke. That's why it's an outdoor barbecue for use in gardens, but not for indoor use. It's absolutely unsuitable, at least with the smoker functions, for indoor use. Because on top of that, even the smell is very permeating. You don't get the impression here because it's windy, but there's still an awful lot of smoke. And even afterwards, your clothes really smell of machui. The device indicates add food, so that's when you're supposed to put in your vegetables. There you go. So off we go for 25 minutes, and from time to time I turn my vegetables over on the grill so that I can blacken them on all sides. Now I check the cooking. It's starting to look pretty good. I'll turn them. And now, with 15 minutes left to cook, that should be enough. Here we go. So there's 2 minutes, 19 left. Oh, it's perfect. It smells so good. It's smoky, but really it's good. It smells good always. That's nice. That smell of smoke. It smells like sausage. It smells like grilled sausage. The cooking's over. I'm already taking out my onions and garlic cloves. Come on, over here. And here, the chilies and peppers and tomatoes. I'm going to put all that in a freezer bag for maybe 5 minutes so I can remove the skin more easily afterwards to prepare my salad. So here, I've put everything in freezer bags so that I can peel them much more easily to make my salad. I'm going to clean the grill plate while the peppers are still in the freezer bag. What I'm going to do now is give my grill plate a quick wipe down to make it cleaner. You don't have to do it, but it's better for the video. And while the peppers sit in my freezer bag for the 5 minutes, I'm going to throw in a batch of rustic fries. So it's with home fries, fresh potatoes. So I season them with a teaspoon of oil and some potato spices. We're going to put them in the oven to show you the air fryer function, i.e. frying without oil. We'll also put on the smoker function so you can smoke your fries to make them look rustic. And by the way, you don't need to put pellets back in because it's still smoking. And these are the same peelings I used previously for the peppers. So a neck stone. Once you've cleaned the griddle, it's relatively easy to clean with a little water and a sponge. I'm going to put in the handful of rustic French fries to make the fries. On the other hand, you can see that the lid tends to blacken rather quickly. But stick around until the end of the video because I'll show you a cheap product I bought, which cleans the lid perfectly, as you'll see. So here I place my air fryer basket with the rustic fries. Hop, I close the lid and turn on the air fryer mode at 200 degrees. For the time, I'd say between 15 and 20 minutes, while keeping an eye on things and shaking the basket. So, to be between the two, I'm going to put in 18 minutes. And anyway, if I stop cooking before then, I'll let you know. Here we go, preheating. Again, normally you shouldn't put the food in until it says add food. But anyway, if it saves me time for the video, it's just to show you the result. Here we go with the bell pepper and chili salad. I open my freezer bags and now I have to remove the skin from my vegetables. It's going to come off very easily, you'll see. Look, the skin comes off really easily. On the other hand, cooking is impeccable and much quicker than on a gas hob or in the oven. The idea here is to open the bell pepper. If there's any juice in it, you can empty it out. Opening it completely, you see, is easy. Then we remove the seeds, put them in our other bowl, and really cut small pieces of bell pepper. And so on with all your vegetables. So here, to make the salad, I remove the skin from my vegetables. I cut everything up, so I put everything in a small dish. And now, what I'm going to do is to put a lot of olive oil directly on top. My lamb chops, so as a tip, I simply marinated them with olive oil. And a rub that I bought at Action. I used this one. You really need to use very little because the seasoning is already salty, so don't add any salt. After that, when it's really good meat like this, I recommend just a little drizzle of olive oil, salt, pepper, and herbe de Provence. And that's all you need. So to cook the chops, I'm going to use the special meat peeler. Since it's lamb, I fill my spoon to make nicely smoked chops. I fill the reservoir and place it directly into the little chimney on the side as I showed you earlier. Here, I switch on my appliance. I select the grill mode on high. So, this is the highest temperature. I repeat, you know the drill. If I refer to the book sold with the appliance, they say for lamb chops, 5 minutes high. I'm going to take 7 minutes. And before I start cooking, I press Woodfire Flavor Technology to activate the smoker mode, and off it goes. Once the device tells me add food, I'll add my chops. This is preheating. While the unit is preheating for our lamb chops, I'll give you the unit's wattage. The appliance is rated at 2,400 watts. It's designed to stay outside. The material is very robust, but if you want, you can buy additional accessories that are sold on the site. I'll put the link below the video. So you can take a cover to protect it, to prevent it gathering dust. If, for example, you leave it at home in your garage, it doesn't matter. In a nutshell, you have a Ninja protective cover that can be sold separately. Other accessories include the wheeled cart on which my barbecue stands. You also have the plancha for cooking fish and shrimps in plancha mode. Likewise, it's all sold on the Ninja website, along with other accessories. It comes with a 2-year warranty and costs €399 for all its functions. So it's very versatile. And as far as dimensions are concerned, I'll give you everything if you're interested. I think so, because I'm always asked for them in the comments. So in height with the lid open, it's 50 centimeters. In height, as it is now with the lid closed, it's 35 centimeters. In width, so with the handles, I'm counting the handles right, it's 59 centimeters. So in depth, from the foot at the back to the knob at the front, it's 45 centimeters. And for the cooking space of the grill plate, it's 25 by 35 centimeters. To clean the lid, I found a very inexpensive in-store product that's really quite good at action. I'll really show you everything at the end, once we've cooked the chops, to show you a bit about the product and how to clean the lid. The machine tells me add food, so I add my chops onto the grill. Now it's off to cook for 7 minutes. Halfway through cooking, I turn the chops. What I find cool is that it goes relatively quickly. The preheating time is pretty quick compared to other Ninja appliances. I think the preheating time is very fast. And I think that's cool because when you're barbecuing in summer, you have to light the charcoal, stand next to it, prepare the fire. Wait a while for the embers to heat up. Ventilate next to it, and then it starts right up and tastes just like a wood fire. It tastes, smells, whatever you want. I've just finished cooking the chops. I'll show you the end result of my wood fire barbecue meal. But first, I wanted to show you the product I bought from Action. So this is it. I didn't pay much for it. I can't remember the exact price. But I think it's very effective for the lid because, as you can see, it's more or less clogged because with the smoker function, it's quite clogged, you see. So what I'm doing is shitting a little. And look, it comes off really well already. Look here. Afterwards, you can use a scraper. That's even better. But for me, I just use a little cloth right away. And it's true that this one is really effective. You have to clean it directly once it's cooled down a bit. But when it's still hot, otherwise you'll never be able to recover it. But if you do it right away, it's cool, because then you can clean it up. Take a look at the stains. It cleans up pretty well. Here, I'll do the front grill. Look at the cloth, it cleans well. But you got to do it straight away, otherwise you're in trouble. I'll tell you right now. You wash the grill by hand. Water with a sponge cleans right away. You can also use a special grid brush. This is the trick to avoid grease. Remove the grill and clean it with a sponge. Wait for it to cool. And there you have the grease projections, which have a little, there you go, a little dab of product here and there, and that'll take care of it. So it goes a bit fast anyway, but don't forget to remove the grease grid. Well, there's not much grease there, but normally the grease runs out through the little hole here, the plate, and it goes straight into the reservoir. Okay, now I'll show you the result of the meal. Here's the result of my complete meal with the Ninja Woodfire BBQ. I'm very satisfied. The chops are juicy and well grilled. And it smells very, very smoky. The vegetables are smoked, the potatoes too, the chops. Anyway, the bread, look at this madness. Please, look how soft it is. The bread is beautiful. It's very well done. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. In any case, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. And I'll see you soon for a new recipe with wood fire.